Parks. I was a Park and Rec Commissioner for 10 years, and as I jokingly tell people, but I'm not really joking, if you ever want to be a city council member, you have Brian Petrie train you how to be a commissioner. We're home to 16 parks. We provide everything from ball fields to play structures to walking paths. And right now we're negotiating for a park cell tower site, 3 of them, that along with existing towers will generate 30% of the funding necessary to pay for our entire park system. Some of my favorite, I love this one. We have a bunch of anonymous donors that make sure these people have gifts and presents. The Senior Center, if you haven't been there, it's a lot of fun. I spend a lot of time there. You have to be very, very careful though. There is a secret poker game. I'm sorry to rat these people out. But that secret poker game, I walk out of there like light. I mean, they sit there and they act like they don't know how to play and they're just lying to me. Youth basketball, I spent a lot of time with this program. I can remember I'd done travel basketball, and I remember the first time I coached a team, it was girls, and I just didn't know what to do with that. I mean, you tell them to run and they don't run. But what's nice is that all the kids I've coached, I see them all the time. This is just an absolutely wonderful program with a staff that just cares so much. Norco Animal Control, this is a very low-kill facility. We're very proud of that. It's run by Frankie, who is actually a Norco High graduate. Beautiful complex. This is another one that's near and dear to me. This is actually a regional facility, Party Partners. If you want to have fun, go to a party with the Party Partners. They want to dance, they want to sing, and the staff that oversees this program is absolutely remarkable and caring. And unequivocally, I can tell you, I just love every one of them. These are a few of the things that our park does, our Park and Rec department. Just a few of the things. They have their hands in everything. Everything from the Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, Parade of Lights, Christmas Festival, you name it, they do it. The Eagles Equestrian Event Center, even though it's not finished, it's still considered one of the primo equestrian parks, literally, in Southern California, maybe California. I'm very, very proud of this park, and one of the things that Linda Dixon and Berwin and those people that are on the committee to finish up the artwork is pretty soon we're going to have a stagecoach and all kinds of very cool things. And Patty Ireland has done a masterful job. They don't just book rodeos, they book llama shows, they book all kinds of different things at this park. Very, very proud of this park. Mostly proud, when I got on council 6 years ago, this was a black hole that cost us $500,000 a year. Right now we're recovering about 60% of the costs. This is the crown jewel of Norco. When we first broke ground, we had no money whatsoever. Andy Okoro, who can pull money out of an ear, found us $500,000, and the rest of it maybe, I keep hearing figures 1.7, 2 million, whatever, but the point is, we thought it would be a rock and a flagpole, and it ended up being probably the nicest public memorial, literally, in the area. Very, very proud of this park. It has a lot of elements. George Ingalls, of course, was a recipient of the Medal of Honor. We have an anchor there that signifies our heritage as a naval community. And on the wall are 24 names of people who have given everything for their country and from Norco. Now there is a plaza in which anybody, wherever they live, as long as they have a good conduct, they get out good conduct, they can buy a brick. And that is what funds this thing. Because the goal is, one, to have veterans run it, and two, to have it self-funding. I'm very proud of this. City of Norco, and I just found out a little interesting thing. City of Norco was the first commemorative partner in California to actually be part of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War. And we actually unveiled that flag at our Pearl Harbor ceremony. And what was cool was what was moving was the Pearl Harbor veterans all wanted to be the ones to show the flag. And those two guys just outranked everybody. And so they got to show it, and they were really proud. And as they unfolded and looked at it, it was just, they couldn't believe it. Chicago beat us nationwide, and the general told me, he goes, well, I'm from Chicago. Well, later his aide said, well, this guy named Barack Obama was from Chicago, so he went ahead and he got to have the first one. Trails. Well, not really in a park and rec. I'd always hoped it would be. but they're the foundation of our recreation-based city. And they connect to the large lots, and we enjoy a lot of trails and many streets. One of the future challenges is that we have no way to fund them. It's not like concrete, 90 years, well, it'll last 90 years. Trails have to be replenished constantly. Open space. People don't realize how much open space surrounds us. We got lucky, we're on the Santa Ana River. Lots of trails. Up in the hills, I try to publish as many photos as I possibly can. We have beautiful hills surrounding us. We have a perfect location for the equestrian community. One of our other crown jewels is the Hidden Valley Golf Course. And volunteers. This is the heart of Norco. These are the people, young and old, who are the backbone of our community. They're everywhere. No job is too small. They work the Norco Fair, the Mounted Posse, the Pearl Harbor Day. They're everywhere. And I just hope that people realize that without them, we literally could not function as a city. You know, during the last election, they talked about a good old boys club. Well, the only good old boys club that I'm familiar with is the group of people that works their tail off. And I know they work their tail off. So when they call me, I make sure I answer that call because I need them to work for me again. But other than that, you know, the cost of admission is you just have to work. This is another group I'm very proud of. Community Emergency Response Team, they may save your life. Norco Animal Rescue Team, which is just a phenomenal group of people. Norco Mounted Posse, the Norco High Air Force Junior ROTC. It turns out my cousin is actually going to be speaking at the Memorial Day, and he's a retired general, and he's actually going to, I guess where they all line, I'm not sure what you call it when they all line up, and he's going to sort of review the Corps. So he's very excited, inspection, he's going to inspect them, so they're all excited about that. Lake Norconian Club Foundation, you know, right now there's a major lawsuit going on, and what's ironic is I think the local people actually support what's going on, the people that work at CRC. But my hat's off to them. That's been a 12-year battle, and they're finally in there, and they're buttoning up that roof. We have quite a historic commission that oversees. Most people don't realize that we have an extensive network. We use experts in everything from missile technology to medicine to Art Deco, and we have actually one of the largest collections of history, photos and things like that, literally of any city our size. And we're in the process of sort of building that, and so people can see it. We're fighters in Norco. You know, the Navy knows it with me. I'm sorry, guys. I love you to death. But we're fighters. And Measure L was a huge victory. Our entire council jumped on it. When they came back, we jumped on it again, and we've now beaten twice. So we will, that's what Norconians do. We preserve open space. Service, all these different clubs belong to Norco. Norco College, which is the crown jewel in my opinion, one of the crown jewels in Norco. Our trustee is Nathan Miller, who just went to see it. Congressman Calvert, I think we had to go see, sort of snuck out. But this is amazing. This is a technology campus of the Riverside City College District. Naval Surface Warfare Center. Make no mistake, we're very, very, very proud of what these people do. And what they do, in my opinion, is they make sure that the weapons that are put in people's hands who are in harm's way, they make sure they work. And the reason that's important is during World War II, you've all heard the story, the torpedoes didn't work. They killed American sailors. And in the late 50s, the missiles didn't work. But before they killed anybody, they created something called the Fleet Missile Systems Analysis and Evaluation Group. And they became the untouchables. Those are the guys that would look at an admiral, you know, a civilian, and say, I'm sorry, sir, but it didn't work. Or look at a contractor and say, gee, I'm sorry, sir, it didn't work. They make sure that stuff works. I only have one problem with them. It's a name change. Sorry, I'm sorry. The actual name of the base, which is the Naval Warfare Center, Seal Beach Detachment, Norco. Try to tell somebody how to get to that. It's very tough. California Rehabilitation Center, I'm going to touch on them a little bit. I work a lot with them because they help with scholarships. We're doing the James Evans Scholarship, which they're helping with, the Gilbert, a scholarship for a correctional officer that was killed. We had a wonderful day in which we had a wheelchair basketball tournament, in which we actually played on the very court that the very first wheelchair basketball game in history between two organized teams occurred. And so we have all these teams that want to keep coming back and play there. You would have thought with those prisoners that literally they were watching the final of the March Madness. Corona Unified School District, we had John Zickfus is here. Norco High School, a couple highlights. They are moving their auto shop and they're becoming a mechanical robotic automated systems is what they're going to train people, and they're going to feed into Norco College. And then you'll notice there at JFK, you can literally get an AA from that college before you actually graduate from high school. Marvelous programs. I'm on the GG committee along with Robin and Corinne Holder. Norco Elementary, Norco Intermediate, different schools like that are getting ready to have some real renovations. So, I'm going to sort of get on the pages here. I'm sorry, this is where the clock goes do, 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 do. All right, so, no offense to anybody. So where do we go in the future? Part of our problem is that development really wants to come. And I love Eastville, I'm there all the time. And what this though signifies is the difference between our two communities. Recently, we had a very savvy group of residents who got together, and what they did was they looked at all of our infrastructure needs. And politically what we did was we just sort of threw it in the trash can. And it was really just one person who did that. But I believe that we need to have the courage to look at that report. Whether we pay a tax or we don't pay a tax, but the point is we need to look at that. We need to respect that process. And it would be my opinion we do that sooner than later. We have funding needs for our roads, for our sewer system, for our just every bit of infrastructure in the city of Norco, which every city is facing. We need to hit that head on. Secondly, you need to shop Norco. You need to support those businesses. You need to reach out. You need to be positive. One of the things that's really hurting us is Facebook. There are people that you tell them, hey, you're in business. Why would you diss another business who might give you a job? It's kind of like when we tell our children, we say, hey, don't do weird things on social media because it's there forever. So that's my advice to some of the people doing that. It's very, very important that people understand that our economy in the city of Norco is very fragile. We live and die on sales tax. That isn't just a saying. That is what we do. And if we don't support those businesses, then we will not keep going as a city. The other thing is that if we keep going and we keep building our sales tax, will we have enough to truly take care of that 3% for that public works situation? So anyway, I kind of got off beam there. I thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. I hope I've inspired you to love Norco. And I thank you very much, and God bless Norco. God bless the men who protect us every single day in harm's way. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
Free to go.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was really good. Good speaker.
Yeah. Are we down or what? Yeah, look at that picture. The last one you had up, because I can't see it from far away. Sure. I just want to see the Eastville versus Norco there.